What's up, everybody? Jake and Tyler from Wisco Fanatics. We are doing a handful. I shouldn't even say a handful. We have like 4 handfuls of Packers plays to break down from Titans. We're going to start with the second play of the game, which was just some misdirection that was cooked up by Matt LaFleur and Adam Stenavich. Now, what I really like about this play, and to Bryant's credit, on Tuesday night when we did our show recapping this game, Bryant brought up a great point on how Malik Willis handling all of these different misdirections, being on time, being to the right person and everything. I was impressed with Malik Willis by that.
Yeah, so the thing that I take away from this play is you see it play again, is you see the two people pulling, a tight end in Tucker Kraft and a guard in Jenkins. And then you also get the misdirection with Reed coming for the play fake. So you get eyes flowing left and right. And then that just gives people a half a second. And before you know it, Josh Jacobs is 5.5 yards up the field before he gets touched.
Yeah, and you'll see this a lot in these play breakdowns. But as Jaden Reed moves, watch the linebackers and the defensive backs.
Yeah.
All 3 linebackers, one of them's literally pointing to the right where Jaden Reed is going, to his right.
Yeah.
It's the left if you're in the backfield. And it gets everybody 2 steps farther away from where the ball is actually going.
So now that guy who is just standing there watching Jaden Reed, he's the one that has to make the tackle, but he doesn't even touch Josh Jacobs till 7 yards on the field.
Yep.
And then he doesn't even make the play.
And he falls forward for another couple of yards. But yeah, again, watch the linebackers, and we are going to have this a bunch of times. Matt LaFleur and Adam Stenavich, they did a fantastic job with the game plan.
Mm-hmm.
Next play that we have is from the same drive, and it's another big run by Josh Jacobs. And what we really got to call attention to on this play is Sean Ryan. Sean Ryan getting down the field, trying to keep up with the DB. He does his best, and he gets the first down, but Sean Ryan really runs with Josh Jacobs for the first 10 yards of this play and keeps the DB off of Josh Jacobs.
Well, and Josh Myers touching multiple people on one play. Just him, Josh Myers, I shouldn't say him, Josh Myers and Sean Ryan, look at, they immediately go up the field, get up to the second, third level. Sean Ryan, just like you said, trying to run as fast as he physically possibly can as a 300-plus pound man, but he does a great job moving, getting the extra block on 20 there, and allowing Jacobs to kind of spring free. The defender does a good job getting the right angle and pushing Jacobs out of bounds, but what a perfectly blocked play by this offensive line.
Yeah. Next play that we have is still in the first quarter. Now, we broke down already one misdirection play where they faked a handoff to Reed and gave the ball to Jacobs. Now they're going to fake the ball to Jacobs and run a little swing pass to Jaden Reed to get him moving down the field with some head of steam built up. Man, he's fast.
Yeah, so the first thing that I notice is Myers looks like he's going to pull. So if you noticed the play before when we broke a play down, you saw the pulling guards and they kind of led the way for Jacobs to, get through the hole, and they got to the second and third level. Now this time they pull, except the ball goes the other way. So now you got a linebacker trying to chase Jaden Reed, and it's just not going to happen.
Yeah, that's what they're betting on with that play. They're betting on Jaden Reed to outrun the linebacker. And then the other 2 people we have to call attention to on this play. Yeah. Firstly, Christian Watson. Yeah. He does a great job blocking 20 again. Does a great job to give Jaden Reed plenty of field to run towards. And then Tucker Kraft. Number 40 is going to get completely washed out of this play by Tucker Kraft. Not going to be the last time we see Tucker Kraft. Just completely carries him out of the frame. Next play that we have is the Bull Melton end around. Now, this is, again, just more misdirection created by the game plan of the offense, and another fake to Josh Jacobs, and then getting another wide receiver in motion with a head of steam.
So, again, you see motion from the offensive line, and the linebackers for the Colts were obviously watching the offensive lineman because the misdirection was working all day. LaFleur did a really, really nice job mixing up the misdirection with the power runs, running some outside zones, some one cuts, and just honestly, he was cooking. You see right here. Honestly, if this play would have went to Jacobs, it would have been washed out. But the fact that we were being so successful with it and then being able to take one of our fastest guys and run him on the outside, as a Colts fan, you have to be sitting there like, they're just going to run all the way down the field on us. Is this 1960?
And then you can see right here, like obviously all the lead blockers that Bo Melton has. Like Watson's out in front of him. Morgan is out beyond the line of scrimmage. Look at Josh Myers out there. And then Tucker Kraft again. So getting guys out in motion with, steam already built up and having lead blockers in front of them. That's how the Packers were able to rip off a ton of chunk plays. So we have the first, I'm fairly certain that this is a designed run by Malik Willis. The first time that he tucked and ran. And he makes a good decision. And again, more misdirection by sending Reed and then faking the swing pass that they already ran once in the first quarter.
Great job using Willis's ability to run, make the linebackers have something else to think about other than the misdirection, pulling guards, swing passes to one of our fastest wide receivers. And then after that, and the thing that I notice is the two inside wide receivers here are kind of bunched up at the line. So if we click play, they run the same route. So now you basically have levels, and he just gets to pick which one he likes better. Wicks did a really nice job creating leverage on the outside off the motion. And, yeah, that's just a perfect pass.
Yeah, that's the thing. This throw is absolutely perfect, and you're absolutely right on the levels of the route. And it's a really well-designed play because both players end up open. And that's a perfect throw by Malik Willis. Next play that we have is another big chunk play by Jaden Reed. Now, Bryant, to his credit, he also called that Jaden Reed could be used in the backfield. And this time, instead of running the fake handoff to Jacobs and the swing pass to Jaden Reed just straight up gets a handoff. With more lead blockers. And the other thing that I really wanted to call attention to on this play is watch Josh Jacobs. See him right before the line of scrimmage. He gets a really nice crack block on number 45 there. So Josh Jacobs ran the ball 32 times and is still taking the energy to go and be a lead blocker for Jaden Reed.
Yeah, that's just him being in a situation where he knows that he can win, winning organization, and doing whatever it takes to win. That's what these wide receivers all realize about halfway through the year. Tucker Kraft, Zach Tom. I mean, we have so many good young players that understand how to do the little things, what it takes to win. Look at this, man. I mean, you just got three guys, hat on a hat, they call it in football, and a big-time first down. LaFleur, man, I don't know how many times we're going to say it during these play breakdowns, but he was in his bag of tricks, and he was cooking.
We have a play with Dontavian Wicks in the backfield with Josh Jacobs, and they're going to fake a handoff to him and then give the ball to Josh Jacobs. And this is just more misdirection and more pulling players, and it allows Josh Jacobs to rip off a first down run.
Yeah, I'm going to bring it up again, but really, really nice patience by Malik Willis. Good footwork by him. Those are the little things that young quarterbacks struggle with the misdirections and end arounds and the timing of everything. Because if you don't time that correctly and allow Tucker Kraft, who's pulling on that play, to come around and get a block on there, I mean, you're gonna struggle. That play is gonna get blown up. But
Yeah,
perfectly timed by Malik Willis to allow Tucker Kraft to get up in there. The offensive line does a nice job creating a crease, and then Jacobs hits the hole hard, and you see the result, first down.
Yeah, that's a really good call on the footwork, and more of Tucker Kraft just being a war daddy, as Matt LaFleur likes to call him. Next play that we have is in the second quarter. This is just an out route. This is a Romeo Doubs special right here. Just a great 1, 2, 3, and hitch and throw. This is just a really good job by Malik Willis. He knows where the route is going. He knows where the timing is going. He knows where he's going with the ball. And this is just a good play call to set the Packers up on 3rd and 6 to get a first down.
Yeah, I go back to the first half last year when people were really questioning our offense, and it seems like the Packers wide receivers do one thing at an exceptionally high level, and that is the out routes. Being able to take advantage of corners that are, kind of scared, I'll say, of the Packers wide receivers going up the field and just taking what they give you. I mean, we saw that for plenty of years with number 12 under center. We saw last year with 10, and now we're seeing it with number 2.
Yeah, and this – I want to say it again. This is just perfect footwork by Malik Willis. The timing of the footwork is perfect.
Yep. That's the Tom Clemens effect.
All right, the next one that we have is another Malik Willis run. This one's kind of more of a scramble after he escapes the pocket that's kind of collapsing on him. Now, it's really easy to look at this and be like, oh, Christian Watson was open. Why didn't he just throw it? By the time that he's done reading this from left to right, he doesn't really see Christian Watson because his last read is Jaden Reed. So he doesn't really see him until he's already made the decision to tuck and run. So after that, it's still just a good decision to run, and he gets just as big of a chunk play as Christian Watson would have if he would have thrown it to him. So kind of expecting him to see that back across the field after he's already read it from left to right isn't really how football works. But then it's a good job still by Christian Watson after being open to finish the play by blocking a guy 3-4 yards deep into the end zone.
Yeah, he starts his read from left to right, as you see from the other angle, watching his eyes, watching his head. So like you said, as he gets flushed out, he's just like, oh, okay, there's a bunch of green grass in front of me. I'm pretty fast. I should just run. And he ends up picking up a lot of yards, big time, getting us deep into the red zone. So I don't know, as a Packers fan, how you can complain about anything about this play.
Yeah. And this is what you're going to see. The last read that he makes is Jaden Reed, and then he's already got the ball tucked. After he looked at Reed, he's deciding to run. Good job for Christian Watson for finishing the play. All right, so we're back to big runs by Josh Jacobs. Now, Josh Jacobs makes a really good play, 2 really good jump cuts to finish this play off, but I wanted to call attention to one more thing, and it's Luke Musgrave's blocking on the edge. He's the guy the farthest on the right. He gets a pretty good block on this linebacker. Good job by Luke Musgrave. That's one of those things where, like, how he can take his game to the next level. So good on Luke Musgrave, and great work by Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, so for the Packers, the motion over Christian Watson from right to left, kind of showing that they're going to run power to the left. And then for Jacobs to have the ability to see 2 people, not just one. That was 2 Indianapolis Colts. Look at, he's got one in one gap and one in another gap. And he's just like, okay, well, this is why I was a rushing champion in 2022. I can run through you, run around you, jump, do whatever I have to do. For him to make both of those grown
back to back. Back to back. That's wild.
Boom. And then he should be dead, but no.
That's so crazy, dude. The back-to-back jump cuts is wild.
Yeah, that's elite.
You know how strong your ankles got to be for that?
And then oh my God, dude. He's so good.
He's good. What a great signing by Gutekunst. Okay, the next play that we have is actually an incompletion, but this is one of those things. I talked about this on Tuesday, on our Tuesday show. I think this is one of the plays that the Packers could use and basically run the same play and either just run it the same way to the same spot or just change the way that Malik Willis reads it a little bit, because this is going to be a big play, probably 9 times out of 10, but the credit to this play really goes to the Colts cornerback who breaks off, goes to make this play. But I do really think if the Packers revisit this play, they can use it to either take a deep shot to Christian Watson or hit that hole shot to Dontavian Wicks. And even though this does end up incomplete, this is still a great throw by Malik Willis.
Yeah, I agree. The credit goes to 23 on Indianapolis. But in my opinion, if that's Jordan Love, he might show a little bit more respect to the receiver running the deep post there. I understand that the safety's right there. But if that's Jordan Love, I think he gives a little bit more respect to that deep post. And Dontavian Wicks is probably wide open in that situation. But still a good read by him. I believe that's Kenny Moore. He got paid a little bit of money, so he's pretty good.
And that's one of those things where, like, if they do decide to revisit this play, if they're seeing the cornerbacks line up the same way, that Malik Willis, after that cornerback breaks off, if he breaks off towards Dontavian Wicks again, Malik Willis can just launch this ball towards the pylon, and there is nobody between Christian Watson and the sideline.
Yep.
And that could be a deep shot to Christian Watson. The other part of this play that I want to bring up is obviously you can see Jaden Reed dancing around in the backfield, and everybody is looking at him. Because the Packers have set up plays like this where if they were going to swing this ball out to Jaden Reed like they did earlier, they could have Dontavian Wicks and Christian Watson blocking for him and then just betting that Jaden Reed outruns the linebacker again. And that's where Malik Willis is faking this ball. And 2 people step up towards it. So the first defensive play of the game that we have to break down is Devontae Wyatt. I've seen a couple of people call him a bust, and I don't understand where it's coming from. He's gotten better each of the first 2 years, and he's making plays so far this year. This is a great play against the run that he just shoves aside an offensive lineman to make a play in the run game.
Yeah, this was a big boy play. This is a play that gets you a second contract in the NFL. To first of all, as we watch this play, He absolutely destroys that lineman, and then it just completely ignores the wide receiver who's coming across to block anybody, or the tight end, my apologies. But just absolutely just blows this play up. This play had no chance because Devontae Wyatt was on the field and ready to defend against the run.
So more on the defensive side of the ball. The first one of these two plays is Jair Alexander making a great pass breakup, and then the second one is going to be Adonai Mitchell dropping a pass on 3rd and long. But both of these plays, what I want you to watch is actually Edgerrin Cooper.
This defense is covering the pass at an elite level right now. Look at everybody right now. They're all glued in on their assignments. This is a perfect pause. Good job, buddy. They're just doing a perfect job. Jair's reading the quarterback's eyes. He knows that he has nowhere else to go. The only guy who has even a sniff of a chance to catch this football is his guy, and Jair uses that elite quickness and his ability at really 5'10", under 200 pounds to lay down the law and smacks Michael Pittman, who's a big wide receiver, by the way. So this is not just a little guy. That's a big wide receiver that he does that to. So that's what makes Jair a top 5 corner in the NFL.
So watch, this is just outside the 45-yard line here. That's Edgerrin Cooper, and he's going to guard a tight end on this play. And he is locked on.
Man.
So great play by Jair. Now again, this is Edgerrin Cooper in the middle here, and he's going to cover the running back out of the backfield. Tight. And it ends up being a drop by Mitchell. But Edgerrin Cooper, watch the running back come out of the backfield. Edgerrin Cooper locked on.
I don't think Mitchell was expecting the football, to be honest with you. I mean, that's not really an excuse, but also I like that from this angle, you get to see the right tackle starting early like he was all day, and they didn't call it once. Come on, man. He's early.
So the next play that we have is Devontae Wyatt again. This is the lone sack of the game for the Packers. And this is just when we talk about the draft, we do draft prep every year. We talk about how a guy has great bend. This is Devontae Wyatt bending around the edge. That is elite bend to be able to keep his footing as he is ducking under and making this sack. That is so good.
Yeah. And if you see, it looked like he was going to get hit by Carl Brooks if he was able to get away from that, or at least have to make another move. But this was a coverage sack all day. Look at the coverage. Everybody is blanketed. I mean, there's nowhere for Richardson to go. He was going to have to tuck that ball and try to run it. And I liked our chances with us being in man coverage and everybody looking at the quarterback well, being able to cover their guy. But look at this, man. This is just poetry in motion. Oh, my goodness. There's nowhere to go.
Shout out Quay Walker. I didn't even realize that Quay Walker was guarding a wide receiver for a big chunk of this play.
Yeah.
The next defensive play that we have is the Packers' 4th down stop that even if this ball is caught, I don't think ends up in a first down.
Well, the thing for me is people are giving crap to Taylor, and it's like, dude, Richardson could have made his job much easier, not having to have him turn around and reach up above his head to catch the football. Because even if he catches that, like you said, there's 2 Packers that are going to be right there. So if McDuffie misses, you got Jair coming to make the play. And the chances of Taylor, who's very good and forces a lot of missed tackles, be able to make one guy miss, but 2 guys miss after catching the ball like that, that's a pretty slim chance. That could have been a much better football by Anthony Richardson.
I think even if he's catching the ball at this point, by the time that he's turning and ready to plant and cut, like McDuffie's meeting him probably a yard or 2 short of the first down line anyways.
Yep.
Another defensive play that we have is the Eric Wilson forced fumble. Now, the Packers don't recover this, but it is still a forced fumble by Eric Wilson. This is a heads-up play by the Colts wide receiver to go punch this ball out of bounds. But the thing that I want to talk about with Eric Wilson on this play, watch where he starts this play. That's Eric Wilson being blocked out of the frame.
By Quentin Nelson back there at the 10.
Eric Wilson is not in the frame right now. And he's going to catch up to Jonathan Taylor and punch the ball out.
McKinney just doing his job, getting in the way. That's all you can hope for out of the safety in that situation. Like, all right, I am the last guy defense. Just slow him down. That's all you had to do. And that was enough time for Wilson, who, to his credit, showed great hustle on this play to get back into the play and almost force a big-time play. Now, I'm going to say something, and the Packers last year didn't do this, but you can't even be close to considered a good defense unless you are opportunistic and force turnovers. The Packers this year are very opportunistic and are trying to force turnovers.
I'm going to say this. Eric Wilson is not an all-pro, but this is an all-pro play.
Yeah, it's all-pro effort for sure.
Absolutely. To get back into this 4 yards behind Jonathan Taylor of all people and to get back into the play and force a fumble like that. That's an all-pro play. Next play that we have is back to the offense. This is Romeo Doubs just mossing a corner. We're going to let the video speak for itself on this one.
Oh, my goodness, dude.
So we were both at this game, and as this play happened, like I remember like jumping up and yelling like, "Oh!"
Yeah, I was on the other side of the stadium. That was on the side where this pass happened. And, man, I just remembered my whole section because my section was a bunch of people around our age, 20s, 30s. We were all just going crazy and high-fiving and being like, "That's Dobbs! You just got Dobbs done!" And it was like, yeah, dude, I think that needs to be trademarked. You just got Dobbs.
I love the way that Malik Willis responds to this as well. Now, as we're breaking this down, the breakdown part of this is Malik Willis just giving his receiver a chance to go make a play.
Yep.
We talked about it all offseason, all last year, about the playmakers that the Packers have on the sidelines. This isn't, some great play by Malik Willis, but this is Malik Willis trusting Romeo Doubs to make a play.
Yeah, you know what? The thing about Malik Willis on this play is he put enough air under it where Doubs was able to recognize the ball, stop, jump, and make a play. So it's a good touch pass. He put it out there far enough and high enough for Doubs to make a play. And then this is just Romeo Doubs just being a dog, dude. This is why all Packers fans love Romeo Doubs. He gets overlooked a lot. Jaden Reed's fast. He does this. He can go in the backfield. He can play running back. He can play slot. And then you look at Dontavian Wicks. Oh, he's the best route runner. He does this. You look at Christian Watson. Oh, he's big, fast, and tall, and he can run with anybody in the league. And then there's just Romeo Doubs who's just catching passes over everybody's head. It's just like, yeah, we're filthy at wide receiver.
I've been saying it. Can't say everybody sleeps on him because I've been saying it. That Romeo Doubs is the Packers' most complete wide receiver.
Yeah, I meant the masses, my man, not us.
Okay, all right. I'll allow it. You tiptoed around it, but didn't say the exact word that I was thinking when you were talking about the throw that Malik Willis makes. You mentioned that it gives Doubs time to find it and make a jump on it and everything. It's letting your receiver adjust. That's the word that I was thinking was adjust. Let's him adjust to it. What we have is Carrington Valentine covering Michael Pittman. Jake, take it away.
So the thing for me when I saw this play is absolutely amazing coverage by Valentine. But I was telling everybody in my section, I was like, listen, the worst part about this play from Michael Pittman might not be that he was guarded very close, might not be the throw. It's the fact that the person that broke up the pass is going to let you know about it for the next 15 minutes of your life. Because immediately when he gets up, he just starts talking to himself like a crazy man. It's like, you knew that was coming. You knew that was coming.
When you cover this well, you deserve to talk your shit.
I agree.
Cornerback is probably the hardest position to play outside of maybe quarterback because of all of the things that there are made to give the edge to wide receivers as far as penalties and stuff is concerned. Right. But Carrington Valentine, this is Michael Pittman. Based on stats from last year, a top 5 wide receiver in the NFL. And Valentine runs the route better than him to the point that Michael Pittman becomes the person defending this play, and Pittman has to just swat the ball away so that it doesn't end up being an interception.
Yeah, we just talked about Malik Willis making a throw, right, and putting enough air under it and throwing it far enough. Now, I will say this was really good coverage by Valentine to look back and locate the football, but in my opinion, if you're Richardson, this ball has to go over the left shoulder and not inside. So that is the mistake by Richardson. You can throw the ball as far as you want. If you don't have touch, you're not going to be an NFL quarterback. And Richardson doesn't have enough touch on this pass and allows Carrington Valentine to look like an all-pro.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Talk your shit, Valentine. You deserve to. All right, we're back to the run game. Now, this is another one where Jaden Reed's going to motion across the formation, and this is another play where we have to watch the linebackers because all of the different things that the Packers have done in the running game so far has made it so the Colts have no idea where the ball is going.
Yeah, so they pull with Jaden Reed to the left and then just gash you up the middle with a power run from Josh Jacobs. And it's like you're expecting speed and you're expecting it to go outside, and then you just have a guy who's going to run through your face, run straight at you. That's just not fair. That's just not fair from the Packers offense.
And another good jump cut by Josh Jacobs. So Jaden Reed's coming across. 3 different linebackers are all taking steps to their right because of Jaden Reed. And just now the handoff is happening. So this is a good watch out by the O-line, a good block by Luke Musgrave. Dontavian Wicks pushes a DB across Josh Jacobs' face, and Jacobs just makes a jump cut and then is running straight downfield.
Man.
Watch the linebackers, 44, 45, and then 20. That's actually a DB. Watch them all when Jaden Reed starts moving. 44 goes like from the middle of the field to outside the hash marks. And then he is way out of position. He started inside like the cross part of the G, and he is now outside the hash marks.
Yeah, he was on the left side. Yeah, he just took himself completely out of the play.
Look where he starts. Look where 44 starts and where he ends this play. Because he's paying too much attention to Jaden Reed. Oh, man. That dude probably got chewed out after that play.
Yeah.
Another out route from Malik Willis. This one goes to Dontavian Wicks, and this is just a good throw by Malik Willis and a good toe tap by Dontavian Wicks. Just a good play. Good footwork, good snag, toe tap. I'm hoping to see more of these, to be honest with you.
So I said it earlier. I can tell that all the Packer wide receivers are very good at out routes, and the thing about it is they attack so much the middle. They attack the middle of the field so much that it makes the DBs want to back up and protect the middle of the field as well. But look at how far they start off on this play. What do you think's going to happen on this play? We're just going to take what you give us. Okay, you're going to give us 7 yards. All right, I'll take 7 yards. I would take that all day. And this is the kind of stuff that we're going to have to look forward to in Tennessee to see if Malik Willis is staying on schedule, picking up big-time third downs. This is a 3rd and 6. This is a big-time throw right here. So for him to make this play, for Wicks to run the perfect route, this is good timing, good execution by the Packers offense.
This is one of the plays, too, that I'm like, the Packers could run this exact same play and just run it to a different receiver. Because this ball, and I understand this play is designed to go to this out route, this ball could be thrown over the DB to about the 25-yard line to Jaden Reed. This ball could be checked down to Watson, who one spin towards the sideline, and he's got a first down. This ball can go to 3 different wide receivers, and all of them result in first downs. Yeah,
Watson's action right there in the middle of the field is why Wicks ends up so wide open. That's basically a choice for the DB to make his choice there. The linebacker getting pulled by the deep route, and then look at this. The linebacker's getting pulled by the deep route. Watson stops short, so it makes the linebacker have to come back. The DB sees Watson wide open, and then this is just football 101, man. You put people in position to be successful. Watson pulls 2 defenders. Look at this.
Yeah.
Oh, filthy stuff.
Good call. All right, the last 2 plays that we have are 2 Evan Williams plays. This one being the onside kick that the Colts attempted, and I talked about this on Tuesday during our show. This is a heads-up play by Evan Williams to run up and grab this football. Because what this does is where Evan Williams goes to grab this ball, the Colts can't touch him because it's a penalty, and the Colts can't touch the ball because it would be a penalty. So he knows that all he has to do is focus on the football. This is a really, really heads-up play by Evan Williams that I wanted to give him credit for, and I did so on Tuesday. A smart play for him to run up and grab the ball instead of waiting for it to come to him.
Yeah, how about the Packers coaching staff having confidence in him during a big-time situation? And Evan Williams just shows good hands, good control, goes up and grabs the football, to your point. Very smart, high IQ play by him, but showing good hands, catching it, getting down, protecting himself, and basically securing the win at that point.
Yep. All right. And speaking of securing the win, this is the end of the game play, and Evan Williams is going to make this the game-ending interception, his first career interception, so good for him. I think he was talking to Xavier McKinney after the game, and McKinney said, if you have a chance to intercept the ball, intercept it. And this ball, after Evan Williams goes up, just lands right in his lap.
Love that.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Look at the smile on his face, dude. Him and Zane Anderson, who've probably been running a lot of safety together during training camp and everything, super hyped for each other. Okay, here's the thing. Notice how many guys are rushing the passer?
Yeah, that's the stuff that has changed from Joe Barry to Hafley.
Yeah.
One thing is pressure. He talked about pressure consistently. Now, people are complaining about the pressures total, but look at the quarterbacks we've been playing. They're playing a lot of contain. But this last play, they were like, listen, you're not going to run 60 yards on us.
Yeah.
So we're going to come get you and force you to throw the ball earlier than you want.
Yep.
They didn't even give him a clean pocket to step up in. None of that. They did a fantastic job. They run a nice little stunt here. Richardson's able to realize it and be like, okay, I have to take one step up so I can, at least plant my foot and throw it as far as I can, and nothing.
They bring 5. That is, like you said, the biggest difference between Joe Barry and Jeff Hafley. Last year, there would have been 3 men rushing this passer.
Yep.
This year, it's 5. And like you said, it makes it so that Anthony Richardson can't scramble, and it makes it so he has no clean platform. He does not get as much into this throw as he wants. And the conversation before this game was, oh, Anthony Richardson has a crazy arm. Anthony Richardson has this crazy arm. He can throw 60-yard bombs. He doesn't get 60 yards on this ball because he has no other places to step up into this throw. So he doesn't get as much into this as he wants to. And it ends up about 10 yards short of the end zone, 6 yards short. That's great defense. I love that Hafley sent 5 guys at the quarterback on this play.
Man, got to give credit to Nixon for getting in there and giving his body up for the squad, though. Got to say that. Nixon's the one that takes the brunt of this.
Yeah, good call. It's sandwiched in there between Pierce and Pittman. Good call.
Can't say he's not trying, man. Can't say he's not trying. Good win for the Packers, though, man.
Absolutely. So tune in with us Tuesday. We will be back to recap the Packers and Titans game, and we will try to get some more play breakdowns out next week like we did with this one. And until then, go Pack Go.